Well, could you imagine if Rocky Balboa had gotten halfway up those art museum stairs and said, well, I guess that's about far enough? That's not the way it works. Let me tell you something. When it comes to finishing the fight, Rocky and I have a lot in common. I never quit, I never get up, and I know that we're going to make it together, not just up those stairs, but we're going to climb that mountain to a better day for America.
All right, that was Senator Clinton comparing herself to Rocky Balboa. The former First Lady is responding to calls for her to drop out of the race. We continue now with our panel. Juan, look, Sir Edmund Hillary, I'm a Yankees fan, Bosnia sniping, Rocky Balboa. I mean, literally, I've got a list 3 pages long of her fibs, exaggerations, some might say lies. Well, and by the way, to be fair, there are some for Barack Obama now that have come out recently. Why do politicians feel this compulsion to do this all the time?
Well, you exaggerate. I mean, you're trying to drive home a story, so it becomes sort of, apocryphal. You want to make the point to the audience in such a way that it comes shining through.
Sniper fire?
I'm sorry?
Did these guys not know Google exists? I'm just trying to...
Look, I think they want to make a point. They want to get the attention, and you want to drive it home, and you want to make yourself a hero. I think politicians have been doing this for time immemorial. I just think it's always around. The real issue here is the superdelegates. I mean, President Clinton's been out there saying it's about the votes, and in order to get her total up, she's got about 1% difference between Obama and Clinton. She's got to get those votes, so she's going to tell some stories.
And Pat Cadell, it does come down to the superdelegates. I don't think she can win the popular vote. She said yesterday. Well, she said yesterday in the Washington Post she's going to take this to the convention. She's going to fight to seat through the Credentials Committee the Florida and Michigan delegates. She's going to go through all these contests. Now, Howard Dean is out there saying that it's going to get ugly and nasty, and they will lose if they don't unite. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know if we'll lose, but it's going to be pretty bloody. And I'll tell you what, she's not going to drop out quickly. And I think she's really... I'm surprised, though, that she has not used more of the fact that Obama opposed solutions in Michigan and Florida to the trying to solve their problems. But she's going to take that to the Credentials Committee. I think the party's going to try to come together in July, and I don't think she's going to roll over. And we'll see what the results are. But there is still I see some other people have joined me, Mike Barone and Jay Cost at Real Clear Politics. Yeah. There is a path possibly for her to win the popular vote, and that would really shake things up a little bit.
I don't see how that happens, Kate, unless she gets to seat Florida and Michigan. Do you?
No, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen, but the Clinton ambition knows no bound, and they are absolutely determined to take this to the convention, and Republican strategists are just rubbing their hands together, knowing that Obama and Clinton are doing the Republicans' dirty work for them. But you know what? Let's talk about this honesty thing, because politicians have not done this time immemorial, at least all politicians haven't, but what's happening here are the Democrats are drawing a stark contrast to John McCain. John McCain is not running around telling lies and fabricating. I mean, these are outright fabrications
making gaffes that aren't getting covered by the media. But, it's interesting. When Hillary Clinton wants to be president, she's portrayed as ambitious. When a man wants to become president, somehow I don't hear that word apply. It's not a little bit of sexism on your part, Kate. A woman desires to be president, and she's got this ambition, as if that's something wrong with being ambitious, wanting to be president.
All right, there's something a little off about the Clintons' ambition. It has more to do about personal gain as opposed to the good of our wonderful country, Alan. Absolutely, John McCain is ambitious. Anybody who runs for president has to be ambitious in order to be able to stand what they have to go through. But there's a difference between being ambitious because you want to continue to serve your country and being ambitious for this odd sort of personal glory and gain. And Hillary Clinton thinks that she is God's gift to the country.
I don't think it's by party. I think that whatever the diseases are, they are shared by the nature of the beast. And, narcissism is one of them for politicians. It affects people in both parties. People who run for president are not normal people. Let's face it. They are not average people. They're not normal.
Kate, I think you've invited attacks here because, I mean, gosh, if you wanted to be bitter about it, you'd say, you know what about exaggerations about weapons of mass destruction? What about exaggerations about being greeted as victims?
There's a big distinction between flagrantly lying, saying that your daughter Chelsea was running running around the World Trade Center on 9/11. There is a big distinction between that, and you all are brushing the stuff off that the Democrats are doing.
Kate, a huge difference between saying that everything in the economy is looking up, looking great, and people at the kitchen table knowing that their economics are really tight and think, what's going on? How come, you know, Washington is helping out Wall Street but not helping out the average guy?
How about we're going to have a war that lasts 6 months? Oil's going to pay for the war. We'll be in and out. We'll have a broad coalition of nations, weapons of mass destruction, links to Al-Qaeda. You want to go down the list and talk about lies? Come on.
I'd be happy. Let's go down the list, because when the president said that we were going to war, he was relying on the information that he received from our intelligence sources as well as intelligence sources around the world. This is you all can try to bring up all that you can, but you cannot ignore the fact that Obama and Clinton are doing the country a grave disservice by this flagrant lying.
Welcome that debate during the general election.
The baseball season and the beach volleyball season are starting.
All right, guys, we thank you very much for being with us. Coming up, Hillary Clinton